Hey, it's Kurt Runger from Attorney Mentors, and I equip newly licensed attorneys with the skills that they need to successfully start their own solo law practice straight out of law school. So I wanted to talk today about something that I consider to be somewhat controversial, and that is specialization in law practices. You just got out of law school, you just got that law license, and you're trying to figure out what exactly you're going to do. You've decided you're going to hang your own shingle, you're going to go out, you're going to practice law, and you're trying to figure out what types of areas do I want to focus on. And as an attorney mentor who's worked with numerous newly licensed attorneys and constantly speaking with law students all throughout the country, one of the things that drives me absolutely nuts is when I hear people say, oh, I got to specialize. I got to pick one area and I got to specialize in that one area, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out, I'm going to be a personal injury attorney, or I'm going to do strictly bankruptcy. And it drives me nuts because a lot of these people, they have no clue. They're just reading that, or they're hearing that from some kind of a marketing person, or someone's telling them, hey, the easiest way to do very well in law is to go out and specialize. You need to specialize. Let me tell you something about going out and starting your own solo law practice. When you first go out, it's going to be extremely difficult for you to be able to say, hey, I'm only going to do this types of cases. I'm only going to do personal injury cases, or I'm only going to do bankruptcy cases. There's several reasons why it's difficult to do that. I'll just take personal injury as an example. So personal injury cases are often handled on a contingency fee basis, which means that you don't get paid unless your client gets paid. You usually take a percentage of the recovery, whether it's 25% or all the way up to 40%. It's contingent upon securing a recovery via settlement or verdict for your client. The other thing about those cases are they cost money to fund. And when a client comes to you and wants you to handle their personal injury case, not only are you not going to get paid a fee up front, they're also going to be looking at you to advance expenses on their case. And these cases can cost thousands of dollars to get to a trial. So for a newly licensed attorney, that can be very challenging. You probably need money coming through the door immediately. You've got bills to pay, you've got student loans, you've got rent, you've got office overhead. It's going to be hard to specialize in a field like personal injury when you first get out of school. That is not even considering the fact that the competition level out there for those cases is extremely intense. So my advice to newly licensed attorneys are keep an open mind when it comes to deciding what you're going to handle, what types of cases you're going to handle. I'm not saying don't specialize or don't plan to specialize at some point down the road. Clearly, you want to be able to market yourself as an expert. Clearly, you want to be the go-to guy or girl in any type of legal industry, because that's going to get you a competitive edge. It's going to be able to help establish yourself a great niche to practice law in. However, you need to keep an open mind when you're first starting out your solo law practice. You need to be versatile in about 2 or 3 different areas of law, okay? And there's several reasons for that, obviously, aside from the example I gave about the personal injury cases. Here's the other example. If you throw all your eggs in one basket right after you get out of law school and start your practice, what happens when there's a change in the law and all of a sudden, legislative changes occur that makes it more difficult for you to practice in that area? Then what are you going to do? You spend all your time just, familiarizing yourself with one area of law. Or what happens when you find out that you really don't like that area of law? Like, you thought you wanted to be a bankruptcy attorney, you clerked at a bankruptcy firm, you know bankruptcy inside and out, maybe you aimed your bankruptcy class in law school. Maybe you get out after 5 or 6 years and just doing exclusively bankruptcy, and you realize you don't like it anymore. It's not fulfilling. You don't want to do it. You want to be able to have 2 or 3 practice areas where you can navigate and effectively represent your clients, and then try to figure out, how you get, which one do you like the best, or, what do you think you're best at, or what clients do you like to serve the most? And then you can kind of be a little bit more selective about, fine tuning your practice. But you need to keep an open mind when you first start practicing, and not just say you want to do exclusively one area of law, okay? You want to be versatile. So, and by the way, to the people out there who are writing these articles saying, oh, you're not going to, you market to everyone, you market to no one, you better be an expert in this one area of law. All right, let me tell you something. 50 or 60 years ago, your attorney was your attorney. If you had a bankruptcy case, your lawyer was going to file your bankruptcy. If you got in a car wreck, that same lawyer was going to handle your car wreck. If somebody passed away, your lawyer was going to open up the estate. Now, I know that times have definitely changed, and the advent of the internet and everything being digital and all the different advertising media that there are out there for everyone to take advantage of has definitely changed the game. But don't sell yourself short. The people who say, oh, you can only do 1 or 2 areas of law, first of all, these people probably have never even handled a case in their life. So are you really going to trust them to tell you how to run your law practice? They're by and large, they're marketing people. Secondly, don't sell yourself short. Who says that you can't handle, 2 or 3 different areas of law? Who says you can't do criminal defense and family law? Try to pick a few different practice areas, no more than 3 or 4, and start taking clients in those areas. You're going to need money coming through the door, and that'll buy you the time that you need to figure out what you really want to do. And then after you get established, you can start to narrow your practice down the line. So if you go out, start your own solo law practice, do not be too rigid in what you say you want to do. Keep an open mind and learn how to do 2 or 3 different practice areas effectively. Thank you. And if anybody has any questions about how they want to set up their practice or practice areas or run something by me, feel free to send me a PM about it. I'll set up a time to talk to you about it, and we can talk through your potential practice niches. Thanks.